Alright, so today we're doing Chapter 1, Lesson 2, learning how to determine the measures of different line segments. So first thing, you will need to do the warm-ups. So this is a review from Lesson 1. You need to refer back, pause the video, complete them, and then check your answers. Okay, so remembering that as long as your answer matches one of mine, you're fine. You do not need them all. The only thing that we only touched upon briefly in Lesson 1 was the intersection of two planes. What you can see here is we've got plane Z, which is the orange one, and plane W, that's the blue one. And where they cross each other, if you kind of think about like the cardboard that's in the box containing a bunch of bottles, how they cross each other to make that, you get a line where they're sitting together. So the intersection of the two planes is a straight line. Okay, so a couple more things. Difference between a line and a line segment. We know that a line continued on forever in each direction. A line segment is just a portion of it, so we do see clearly the two endpoints. So here's an example, line segment AB. Symbol is the same, we just choose to not put the arrows on the end to show that it is a line segment and not a full line. The word congruent is when we have two line segments or two angles, two figures, whatever the case may be, that have the same measure. So for example, maybe I have this line segment AB and this line segment CD. And maybe I know that they are both 3 inches long. The way it will get noted is either with listing the measurements as I've just done, or you'll see the lines get marked with these little slash marks. If they have the same number of slashes, then they are congruent. So the symbol for congruent is like this, and typically, like I said, you might see a picture. Here's your two line segments, and they are marked with the hash marks. The betweenness of points. It says point B is between the points A and C if and only if A, B, and C are collinear. So again, this means if and only if. So it's a stronger if. And it's just how you write it lazy is with two F's. Then, again, B can only be between the points A and C if they all lie on the same line, if they are collinear. So that should make sense. So now I've got my line segment AC. B can only be between them if they are collinear. And then with that, if our point B, we get segment addition property. If the point B lies on the line segment AC, then AB plus BC is equal to AC. That should make sense. I have this portion of this line segment AB plus the other portion of the line segment BC. That makes sense that the whole thing is equal to the sum of the parts. So AB plus BC would have to equal whatever the whole length AC is. And that's pretty much the main gist of what we're doing for today. So for example, find the measure of each segment. I am looking for the length of RT. So R is here, T is here. That tells me I'm looking for the whole thing. So what we just saw was that the whole thing is equal to the sum of the parts. So RT is equal to RS, which is 2.0 centimeters, plus ST, which is 2.5. So RT must be 4.5 centimeters. Moving on to letter B. Now I want to figure out what BC is. So now I'm looking for this piece here. We can set it all up that the whole thing is equal to the sum of the parts. If you need to, when we go to plug this in, the whole thing is 6. AB is 2 3/4. If you're not sure and you need to, you always can utilize your calculator. alpha y equals, here's my mixed number, 2 3/4. Come over here, and please turn it to a decimal. We find 275. If you didn't know that, utilize your calculator, let it help you. Alright, so formal algebra is how we set this up, which means that to get the x by itself, I'd have to undo adding the 2.75, so I would subtract it. So, find that x is equal to 3.25. The other option, now that you see this, is when you're looking for one of the pieces, you can just simply take the whole thing and subtract to get the same answer. And again, over here, we know it was addition. You should use proper notation and do it algebraically, but as long as you have a valid approach, it'll be okay. When you do not have a picture and they're describing the scenario in words, you need to make a picture. You should always draw and label a sketch because it'll help you set it up. We're referring to for all of question 2, we're referring to this line segment picture that's already here. So for each one, just make yourself a new version. So AP is 23. PC is 24. And we are looking for the length of AC. Well, AC is the whole thing. I know it's equal to the sum of the parts. So that means AC is 47. So now on to B. Again, make myself my own version of this picture and start filling in our information. If PC equals 12 and AC is equal to 42, what is the length of AP? So AP would be the whole thing minus that part. AP is 30. Again, if you couldn't remember, you could set up the proper algebra to do that AC is equal to AP plus PC and solve for x. Whichever way is your preference. Alright, so AP is 2x minus 10. PC is x. AC is 20. So my whole thing is equal to the sum of the parts. Noticing, what do I need to find? I need to find x, but then I need to go back and find AP and PC. So first, to solve for this and find x, I'm going to have to combine like terms. So I see 2 plus 1, meaning we have 3x, nothing is like that, minus 10, I bring it down. Now I got to get x by itself. Start by adding 10. And then finish, divide by 3. So I know that x is equal to 10. So that's 1 done. I still need to find AP and PC. So AP equals 2x minus 10. Plug in 10 for x because that was my answer. 2 times 10 is 20. 20 minus 10, AP is 10. PC is equal to x, so I replace the x with 10. PC equals 10. Moving on to question 3. Find x and RS if S is between R and T. So here is what your picture is. we have some line segment. And I know S has got to be between the R and the T. And remember, I need to find X and RS, so there's two things to solve for. So starting on letter A, RS is equal to 5X, XT is equal to 3X, RT is equal to 48. So the whole thing is equal to the sum of the parts. 5X plus 3X, 8X divided by 8. X equals 6. That's one of the things I'm looking for done. I still need to go back and do RS, which was 5X. X was 6. So 5 times 6, RS is 30. New picture. S is between R and T. RS is 2X. ST is 5X plus 4. RT is 32. Whole thing equals the sum of the parts. 2X and 5X. 7X. Subtract 4. 28 is equal to 7X. Divided by 7. And now X is equal to 4. So it's 1 done. Still need to find RS, which is 2X. X is equal to 4. So RS is 8. Okay. S is still between R and T. Make sure you're asking for questions as you're watching if you have them, and when you're doing independent work, if you're not sure, ask for help. Whole thing is equal to the sum of the parts. So to find X is equal to 10, I also still can find RS. RS is 16. R is between S and T. S is between R and T. RS I know is 4X. But then here they say RS is equal to ST, which means this also has the same measurement. And then whole thing RT is 24. So the whole thing is equal to the sum of the parts. Divide by 8. So I know X is equal to 3. And then I find RS. So RS is 4 times 3, which is 12. And my last one, finding LM if L is between N and M. And L I know is 6X minus 5. LM is 2X plus 3, and M is 30. So the whole thing is still equal to the sum of the parts. 6X and 2X is 8X. Negative 5 plus 3 is a negative 2. Solving for X. And I find that X is equal to 4. But when I check, I'm looking for LM, so we plug back in. 8 plus 3 is 11. All right, for the homework page, you need to do question 1AC. If you do B and D, there's bonus points. You need to do the question 2 on the front, B and D. If you do A and C, there are bonus points. And then the back, question 2, all of it. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Best of luck.